Hey everyone, welcome back. So we come across a very interesting prompting strategy if you're trying to invoke a large language model using open source model or using closed source model out there, such as OpenAI or Anthropic Claude. This is actually a very interesting strategy, which is called JSON prompting. So I'm looking at this Python notebook. First thing to do is instantiate a client along with my API key inside. And then typically what people will do is they will just write out some random sentences. For example, if you want to summarize the email or something like that, you will type something out like the following, just like in the paragraph. So let me put it here, right? For example, you can say summarize the following email and list the action items clearly, and then here you have an email or whatever, right? Something like that. Typically, what people do is they use free form prompting, which means stick this entire thing into the prompt when they are making an API call. So just like what I'm doing here, I'm calling a GPT-5 model using the client from OpenAI, and then I'm sticking this entire thing into the prompt, right? If I run this code, it will work, right? No problem there. It will be able to summarize the email. It will be able to print something out in terms of actionable items, things like that. But this is what people will probably consider just a generic paragraph. It's not structured at all, right? So that's the problem here, right? That's the problem here. And how do we tackle the problem is we use JSON prompting. JSON prompting means we do a little bit of a formatting regarding to this prompt, right? So what I mean by that is the following. Let's take a look at this code. So this is called JSON prompting. So not only are we entering the original prompt, like what we did above, we are also entering this curly bracket. And since we're using Python right now, curly bracket, you can kind of think about that as a dictionary, right? A dictionary means there's a key, there's a value. It always goes with a key value pair because it provides that mapping logic. So here it's another key value pair, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. The benefit of doing this is because in this case, the response actually will give you something that we call a structured output according to this dictionary that you define above in this prompt. Now you can see that we're printing out the same thing, but it is in a curly bracket format, right? And now you can load this in a JSON format, you can load this in a dictionary, and it will provide you the necessary key value pair, right? Summary, actionable items, priority, so on and so forth. This allows you to be a little bit more efficient downstream in the code because this directly gives you the logic that you can parse out the summary, the action item, and the priority. If downstream you have another piece of software that is running based on the output of this API call. So there you go. It's a quick episode. Just want to shout out to this JSON prompting strategy. If you like it, give a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next episode.